You are watching SHOUTcraft, exciting entry-level esports commentary with myself, TotalBiscuit.
Alright guys, so here we go. We're going to be starting off on Metalopolis. Every single matchup of this EU versus NA challenge has started off on Metalopolis. Here at the 12 o'clock position, we have Blue Terran, Fenix, and over at the 3 o'clock position as Red Zerg, we have Dimaga. Good luck, have fun to both players. Interesting spawn positions here. Close air.
Indeed, it's good for the Zerg player, there's no doubt about that. Dimaga skating over there with that very, very slow Overlord, just casually jaunting his way over without a care in the world. Gonna have a look and see what he can see over in Fenix's base, which right now is not an awful lot, especially not early on now for the Terran.
Terran has what I call a cut-off point. Their cut-off point in game time is 2 minutes and 50 seconds. If you do not have an orbital command up, I have found, by you are at 250. If it is not already transforming, you are way far behind on your build order. And it doesn't look like Dimaga is going to just try and peek in here with his Overlord. He's just going to go straight over, not going to try and dine and dash, it looks like today.
Indeed, and why not? And Fenix is going to have to spend a little bit of time getting a barracks up so he can actually get some guns in the air, and even then, only one Marine's going to take a little bit of time to bring the Overlord down, so Dimaga feeling fairly safe with that. His base looking pretty standard at the moment, looking for a pool on 14, I would imagine, or a fast expansion. I think this is a fairly good map for fast expansions.
Yes, especially with the spawn position and where he knows his opponent is. They're not going to be expanding towards each other, so they're not going to ever be fighting over a third expansion. Going for an early expansion here is a very nice move by Dimaga. There it goes. Hatchery goes down at the natural.
No doubt about that. Fenix with the standard wall in, as you do with the Terran. I'm not going to say that they're a little cowardly. I wouldn't say something like that because that would be incredibly mean and unreasonable, and everyone knows that I'm not either of those things. But let's just say they're very cautious. You know, they like to build the wall up. They like to make sure that no Zerglings get in and steal all the cookies. It can happen. I've seen it happen before. It is unpleasant, and there's a lot of crying involved.
I find a lot of Terrans like to attack with an iron fist. They like to be able to build up one strong army and try to do as much as they can with that, as opposed to a few small scouting forces, which you can have sometimes with Zerg, especially in the form of speedlings and or mutas.
Indeed you can. Fenix with the scout wants to have a look around and see what he can see. He sees a fast expansion and a spawning pool. I don't think he's all that shocked by that, is he?
No, this is very standard build order thus far. Got no cheese, got no strange structures put up yet. Looks like he's going to try and keep this SEV. No, he's just going to run. I thought he was going to try and stay near that second hatch, possibly drop a bunker or something of the sort.
Not looking likely at the moment, honestly. We're going for double barracks approach right here, and a command center coming up for Fenix, also going to fast expand this time as the Terran. Obviously not quite as quick as his Zerg opponent. Not that you would expect it to be, but it's pretty fast nonetheless for a Terran.
Indeed.
Dimaga with an
Still
initial
have that
scouting
SCV.
force.
Yes, the initial scout here from Fenix has now grabbed the northern Zelnaga tower, but it looks like he's going to be in trouble here. First death of the game might be about to happen. Zerglings all over that SCV.
SCV, no, why? I don't know, he's having a run for it. He's not going to go lying down, there's no doubt about that. And indeed, he might even get away. Single Zergling chasing him down, but the other scouting force is heading in, having a look around. He's only going to find pain and suffering if he heads up that ramp.
No, and he's going to try and push in anyways, but these Marines are just going to pick off these Zerglings apart, no problem.
Not happening at all. Fenix with a great placement there. You see, instead of walling in, he's using two barracks to create an artificial choke point, and he is minimizing the surface area available to those Zerglings for the Marines to just sit in a firing line and gun them the hell down.
Looks like we have that first command center expansion going down here. Fenix is floating down, rather. That one command center will be dropping. He decided to do that before turning that into an orbital command. I usually agree with that decision. Get the minerals faster, waiting for that orbital command.
Yeah, it's a fairly reasonable plan, and honestly, it comes really down to personal preference, and depending on what the state of the game is at the moment. Baneling Nest is on its way up for Dimaga, which will serve him well for the time being, since Fenix going for a pure barracks setup right here. Tech Lab is on its way, third barracks up, fourth barracks on the way, looking for Marines Marauders initially.
Well, those Marines just took out a nice handful of Zerglings up at the northern Zelnaga Tower and are still making their way across the map. No combat shield, no stim pack either, so these are just very bare Marines about to run in and try to do some damage. They're going to run into a lot of Zerglings and a Queen here.
Oh, and look at those three little delicious banelings. Dimaga says, I'm going to have you for that one. You're on the creep. It's not good. It's melted. It's horrible. Oh, it's brutal.
The fact that it was on creep made all the difference there. They had just enough speed to get up a nice surround with those 3 banelings, took out that entire force, and now this is definitely going to put Fenix on his back foot here. He has to get ready to defend, and he already is. He's building up a bunker at his natural expansion.
No doubt about that. Fenix took a big loss right there. There's 100 resources between him in terms of units lost. Dimaga's lost more, but of course it's the Zerg. They always do. He's setting up a good solid 4 barracks. 5th barracks coming out now as well. 2 tech lab, looking for double research. We've got combat shield, and we've also got stim pack coming up. Marauders and Marines pumping out at a great pace.
We do have speed upgrade about to finish. Those metabolic boosts are about to be put into the legs of those speedlings, about to make them just... Ah, there they go. Now they've just become so much faster and more deadly.
It's cross-training, let's be honest. That's what it's about, and he's going to take that SCV to the cleaners. Pretty much regretting being out so far, unfortunately, and a fairly useless scout there for Fenix that's going to end up in a pile of dirt.
SCV goes down for no good reason, and his friends will never know what happened for the better. We do still have... Here we go. Centrifugal hooks is going down, so we're also going to have the speed upgrade on these banelings. I like this decision. It was able to take out that first attacking force very well, and I don't think Fenix is really spreading into anything else. No, he's not. He's finally putting up a factory now, but 22 more Zerglings just hatched, so where there are Zerglings, there are going to be plenty more banelings as well.
Oh, yes, indeed. And against Marines Marauders, as you're well aware, that is a potent combination. You can screen the Banelings with an initial wave of Zerglings, then bring the Banelings in either from the side, if possible, maybe try and draw your overconfident Terran opponent out, and then just hammer them home for massive, terrible damage. Oh, well, that's a lot of Banelings.
Yes, it is. Whoa, you are not kidding. We do also have ground weapons level 1 is about halfway complete, but I do believe, yes, Stimpack did just complete. So we have these Marauders going out in front of all of these Marines. We do have Stim ready.
Yeah, but look at that. This is timing push right here. You see that he just finished the stim and the combat shield, and by the time he actually reaches his opponent, it's likely that he's going to have infantry level 1. That's actually going to pop up halfway through the fight if he keeps going at this speed. And look what's going to happen right here. This is going to be messy. No doubt about that. Splits it in 2. It's a good move. It's not good enough, though. Dimaga is just all the way over it.
And Fenix is claiming lag here. We still have all these Banelings chasing off what's left of this Marine force. One looks like it might be taken down here at the back. No, he's just going to skirt around it and then go. Oh, very nice job with that bunker,
line. Wow, nicely done right there. Admittedly, Dimaga sacrificed a lot of Banelings to get into that mineral line.
Yes, he did. Yes, he absolutely did. He was able to take out that bunker, though, absolutely fine. And we have a whole bunch more Banelings morphing outside the front of his base. I don't think there's really enough units to deal with this many.
Round 2. Fight. It's not looking good for Fenix at this point in time. He's going to push forward, and he's going to get brutalized. There's no doubt about that. Looking for the surround right here. Oh, no. Dimaga forced out, and it's a nice push there. He managed to get all the way around looking for a second attack on the mineral line. It is messy. Oh, that's a huge amount of economic damage.
Enormous. He's down to just 4 SCVs. His orbital command barely survived the splash damage from all of those Banelings as well, and he's left with a very weak force here at the front. He does have 2 medevacs finally on the way, though, but we do have a 3rd expansion down from Dimaga and more forces transforming into Banelings just waiting at his front door.
Dimaga's just going to keep up the Baneling pressure, and can you honestly blame him? There's no hard, solid counter that Fenix has got to that right now. He's going to sort out Tech Lab, he's looking for siege tanks, he's looking for Thors. Is it going to happen in time? I'm thinking no, because look at that. 3rd wave is on its way. Oh!
Very nice positioning with all those Banelings. Here come the medevacs, but there's really nothing to heal left.
No, there is not. Fenix gives it up. Good game, and that's a cringeworthy moment for any Terran player, and a delicious moment for any Zerg. No doubt they're reveling in that one. Dimaga takes the first game.